Hey, good morning to y'all. So today is Wednesday morning, and for a couple days now, I've been trying, right, to get my room situated, my bedroom. I mean, it's okay for me, but I'm just saying, I'm getting ready to kind of transform part of it because I need some space. I need some space for my other channel. My children's channel is the channel that I started first, right? Back in 2021. And that channel is growing. When I say I got 162 plus 24 is 82 and 86, right? 4 and 2 is 6. Yeah, I got 186 subscribers. Okay, 186 subscribers in almost 6 weeks. It's not 6 weeks yet. I think Thursday. So tomorrow or Friday will be 6 weeks ago that I learned that my children's channel had been growing while I wasn't paying attention to it because, I did it from May until November. So that's June, July, August, September, October, November, right? 6 months, and I only had 34 subscribers. Whereas this channel that I'm on right now, I started this one in February and it's August. That's 6 months. And today I set at 195 subscribers. So I was a little bit weary with my children's channel and I stopped. And I was like, I can't keep doing this because it's a lot of planning, a lot of work. And I know 6 months is no time. But when you're looking at it, stop cat. He playing with my charger. When you're looking at it though, and you're thinking about, excuse me, and you're thinking about, I'm putting all this content out, and I'm planning it, and I'm, treating it like a business, and all the things I'm supposed to be doing. I was like discouraged, and so I just stopped the channel, and I said, okay, I don't know what I'm gonna do right now. And then I decided I was just going to share God's word out. So I have that channel too. And then I started this channel. I'm sorry. This is my morning drainage. I go through this every morning. But while I'm getting ready to get on my room, I've been thinking on it like for a couple of days, right? I've been starting since Monday, didn't work, and Tuesday, didn't work. But in between me having my first channel start and my gospel channel, and I still felt this void, like I still wanted to be doing something, and I wasn't sure. My gospel channel got to like 26 subscribers, and I started it like maybe in February or I'm going to say February. Maybe I didn't. Maybe because it was winter time, I think, when I started. Yeah, so maybe I started like September and I went to January or something, February. So it was, not that long on there either. But at the same time, what I'm saying is that I was like, okay, I need to do something here. I don't know what. And so I decided I'm just going to do a channel and I'm going to do what I like to do, what I'm doing all the time. You know what I mean? Like drawing and painting. Painting is usually what I be doing, like buying ceramics and painting them or making stuff. Like I made my owl, right? I made my owl. I have 11 views on this already, right? I made this owl. I was in the store with my daughter. She was in Weis Market, and I saw this owl, and I was like, let me see how much this thing costs. Can I tell y'all a secret first? First of all, I was so afraid of owls. Like, I was so scared of owls. Like, I don't even play that, right? Because, I mean, somebody going to think I'm crazy. And it's okay that you think I'm crazy. But listen, I only saw coming up in life that owls are sitting in trees, in holes in trees, right? And it wasn't until I became an adult that I was able to really put together in my thinking that an owl could fly. When I saw that thing fly, I was like, oh my goodness. Are you serious? Oh my God. And I don't think that that is crazy for me at all, because this pastor that I follow, who is, you know, a phenomenal pastor, a word of God, a, a man of God who teaches the word, right? That's how I want to say that. Um, he is so like, he hates frogs. Okay. He hates frogs. He's like, I don't even know the purpose of a frog. What? They are disgusting. And why? So, you know what I'm saying? And guess what? He's not of my ethnicity, right? He's a white pastor, and amen. You know, so to each his own, right? Whatever you like, what your thing is or whatever, that's fine. I'm just saying that me and Al's, we don't rock like that, right? And I was so like, oh my God. I did not know that thing could fly. And my own pastor said, it's a bird. What you thought it could do? And I said, I ain't never seen it do nothing. All I've ever seen in my life was that the owl was sitting in a tree on a branch, right? Or in the hole of a tree looking out. I ain't never seen it fly. And I was like, oh my God. Okay, so that's where I was. Anyway, that's the kind of stuff that I do. I be making things. Okay, I just kind of come up with, you know, I need to craft something, or, you know, I had the money to do it, so I had to figure out how to fix something, make something, design something, whatever. And when I was in White's Market, that owl that I saw, it was probably maybe not as big as mine, and mine isn't that big, I don't think, but, you know, mine just, you know, like this and everything. And I was looking, and I said, I bet you this thing about $13. I'm not paying $13. I go on Amazon. So I put this cuff on here from the shirt so that I can be able to do this. Because I made this for my children's channel. That's what I made it for. That's what this video is all about. And I said, you know what? I'll look on Amazon. So I was looking on Amazon. Prices was about the same. I said, I bet you I can make one, but I wonder how to make it. And I couldn't think about it. So I said, let me look for a white shirt. And I started looking in the bag that's on its way to the thrift store and found this white thermal shirt that I used to wear. And I said, oh, let's cut this up. And this is what I did. And I came together with it. And this is puffy paint on the back to, you know, kind of make its wings. And these are some feathers that I bought for my junk journaling book. And I said, just order another pack. It's fine. They're only $1 and some change, $2. Just go ahead and use these. Because I was going to puffy paint all of his, you know, breast area. But I said, well, just put the feathers on there. That'll be cute. And then I gave him a little piece of hair, right? He looked like he missing eyeglasses with that piece of hair up there. But guess what? I thought he was cute. And the face patch, this turquoise, that was a piece that came off of some sweatpants I cut. And then the white part, that's another piece of this white thermal shirt. And the nose is another piece where I cut, you know, around the seam of the sleeve. And it was just like a little angle piece. And I said, oh, if I stuff that and cut this end off, that'll look like a beak, I think. And you see it, don't you? It looks like a beak and everything. It can move too. See, this can move around and everything. You know, not that it needs to move, but it's not attached to his face completely. And then I took a piece of black shorts that I had cut from some sweats and made that little black. And then I just put some puffy pink glitter for his eye. And the children will love him, okay? So I have a purpose for him, and this is what I've been working on for the last 2 days, besides running around with my son. I have some things that I have to do with my son and stuff like that. So I ain't got to my room. So I said, okay, we're going to do the room and everything, but I'm going to show them, you know, my room. Hey, little cat, you don't get up here. He jumped up here and scratched me, y'all. I'm so mad. You don't get up here. And you're going to get off of my curtains. So I went to the thrift store the other day. Because, like, okay, I don't care how people going to say whatever they're going to say. Because I was like, you know, are you really going? And I was like, I really am. So, like, you see that's hanging down and everything like that? It's hanging down. But it's okay. Because I'm keep going to get the ladder to put that back up there like that. But today I gotta take the whole thing down and fix the bracket so I can hang these curtains. Okay, now this cat is done jumped up here, scratched me on my thigh and everything. Is starting to bleed. Okay, because he only got 3 legs. And he up here laying on my good curtains that I just bought from the thrift store. Get your body down, please. And he like, Mommy, I'm always up here. Oh, see? You get ready. Y'all see this? He get ready to claw them and scratch them and they're going to be snagged because they only panels. Do y'all see him playing? I got to put this phone on the tripod. Okay, so I got my tripod up here and everything. So let me connect this thing because he's trying it right now. And he's got to get off my bed. I got to move my curtains or something because you know what I'm saying. He is coming up with a thing. So let me adjust this kind of situation here that we're dealing with because, right, let me see, I need it to be sideways like this and inside of here, okay? Because the little cat is trying it, all right? And I don't have my external mic, so I got to stand. It's downstairs. I didn't think I was going to need it. I said I was going to be holding it. I wasn't looking for Polaris to be on my bed, okay? Go up that way or something. I don't know. Now he want to get the owl. This is not yours. This is not yours. You don't play with that. Meanwhile, y'all, I'm just saying, let me get my curtains because he's trying to. This is a really nice panel curtain. You know, it has this kind of stitchery to make it like, you know, it's got some kind of design at the bottom. Very nice and everything. So, oh, stop. Go up there. You messing my curtains up. I'm trying to get them off the bed. So this is 4 pieces. This is 2. And then this is 2. Which I have to press them out a little bit. Alright. So let's get them. And I got this 1 piece also. I got these from the thrift store. This got a little tear in it right here. And it's okay. It's alright. This piece was, I think, $4.99 just for this. And I bought this to put in front of my closet and everything. So that's what I'm showing y'all. Because this video, you know what I'm saying? This whole thing, right? You going on my journey. That's what it is, right? Like, it's like they said the whole aesthetic move that everybody does with YouTube, you know, they say it's all good, it's well and fine and stuff like that, and we love it. I know because I watch it too. I'm not just a creator, I'm also a consumer of content, and I follow a number of people, right? And so the whole thing is that some of these people who have very established channels and great followings and things, they said, you know, what you want to do at this point, if you thinking about starting a channel, start. And go ahead and jump out here and everything and start right where you are with what you have, because that's where you're going to find your audience. That's where the people who connect with you, who find you, you know, interesting to the things that they're interested in, or just for their entertainment purposes and everything like that. Whatever you're doing, start right there. Don't try to make sure you got everything together the way you want it and how you envision it. Let them go on the journey with you, and then they can see, you know, your authenticity and your genuineness, and that's what they will appreciate and support. And so that's where I'm at. And you know, my house is just like in need of all kind of cosmetics, okay? But we're not even at that point because I don't even have that kind of following, and the following that I have, they basically are looking for art, I guess, because that's what I do, and that's what I started. I started with doing art, trying to learn art. Let's clear that up. Trying to learn art, because what I know how to do is color and draw and paint, and my drawing is basically coming from me doing sketch work, right? So I do sketch work, looking at different types of pictures on Google, or something that I might see on, you know, a different picture or something like that, and I'll look at it and say, I bet you I can draw that. And I just sit there with a pencil and a piece of paper and try to work on it until I get it. And that's how that comes together. So that's what I do. But anyway, I'm just trying to create a home-based business. That's what my whole YouTube experience is all about. It's about me being real, keeping it real, you know what I mean? Talking about Jesus, talking about the Lord, you know, and everything like that, because wherever somebody is, that's where they are. And I don't have a problem with that, you know, but I'm going to talk about Jesus on this channel, because this is my channel and this is the platform that I want to be on, and I can talk about Jesus, right? And so that's what that is for me. And if somebody don't appreciate that, I can't do nothing about that, then this might not be the channel for you. I hope you stay, because I mean, we all need Jesus. I don't care who they are, who you are. Everybody in this world needs Jesus, because this world is in trouble, and it's not the world, the physical form, circle, or whatever sphere of shape it is. It's not the world. It's the people in the world. People in the world make the world a situation, okay, that becomes uncomfortable and uncertain for a whole lot of us all across the entire globe. You know, it only takes one or two people to decide that, you know, they like a specific thing, a specific way, for a specific reason that makes sense to them. And then somebody will connect with them and be like, oh yeah, that sounds good. And then they begin to follow them, and they get into that whole mindset, and then that becomes some type of movement, right? And that's how it is. But when it comes down to religion, people want to be always, you know, saying this and that when it comes to Christianity or God or Jesus. And it's like everybody can have any type of religion and any type of understanding that they want to have in this world, you know, about anything. About anything. But can't nobody who believes in the Lord Jesus Christ and Almighty God, we can't have no voice. But we're going to have one. We're going to have one anyway. So that's what that is. And so on my channel, that's all I'm doing. I'm just being me, and I'm going to be me every day, all the time. Because I can't be nobody else. And I'm not good at being nobody else. But I'm good at being me. And so while I'm getting ready to transform my room, I was like, I'm going to show them what I'm going to do up in here. Because, you know, they're going to be like, dang, ew, that's your room? Why your room look like that? What's that? Well, that room is a mess. Why she got this? And they still wondering about all these boxes and all these great things like that. And it's like, okay, all right. But that's, you know, that's another conversation. That's another conversation. And I'm not, you know, opposed to not having that conversation, or opposed to, I think I said it right, not having that conversation. Right. I have to think. I have to kind of stop and slow down and think about what I'm trying to say, because I keep losing my words. I'm 54. I don't know what's happening with me losing my words, but God is in control of that. I don't get to control that, so I'm trying not to let that thing get me down, because it can get you down. Those kinds of things create a spirit of depression. This here girl, we will not be walking in depression. You heard what I said? We ain't got no time for that. We're going to keep on living our right life in our right mind, okay? That's what we're going to be doing. What's our right life right now? That's what we're going to be doing in our right mind with what we still have left, okay? We ain't worrying about all these other things that we can't control, because that's a God thing, not a Joanne thing. I can't do nothing about it. So what I'm saying today is that this here blue wall, okay, this here blue wall, I'm getting ready to transform. That closet over there, I'm getting ready to move the little stuff hanging in front of it. You know how you got stuff hanging in front of the closet. Okay, well, I just cleaned out all my clothes and all that stuff, because I was going to be doing some reselling. But God didn't open the door for me to resell, and so I got all this stuff in my house that I need to somehow get to the thrift store, okay? Because I don't have no car right now. But he'll work it out, so it's just in here. But the whole thing is that I'm going to put this pink curtain over here. I'm going to redo something to my blue wall, and I'm going to change my curtains at my 3 windows. Then I'm cleaning off my top of my long dresser, my bureau here. clean all of that off and everything. Ain't much up there because most of my stuff is packed up. Been packed up for 2 years now, okay? For 2 years. And we not unpacking, okay? Let's say that we're not unpacking. Why you packed up? Because we packed up. We'll talk about it later, but we ain't talking about that now. So I'm just going to give y'all a little glimpse and everything of what's going on, and then I'll come back and show y'all later. Meanwhile, the cats are acting crazy in the hallway. Yes. Meanwhile, I'm going to... Oh, yeah, let me say this, too. Last night I was talking to one of the ministers that, you know, I'm on staff with at church. And she was looking through my channel while we were on the phone. And she was looking at the children's channel, right? And she was like, Joe, you got... And I was like, I know. And she was like, we was just talking about that, Mother Parker and I. And we was talking about, you know, somebody reading to the children bedtime stories or something like that, having a good story night or something like that. And you doing this already. And I was like, that's what I do. And she was like, I didn't even know that you was still on your channel. And I was like, right. But, you know, God over there growing it and doing something while I was over here on this new channel that I'm trying to grow. And it's growing. But, you know, we right here. So when she was talking about that, I was thinking, okay, well, maybe I could do something on Instagram Live because, you know, and the parents would just have to jump on Instagram, let their kids get on Instagram. And so then I began to look at my YouTube options and everything, because I remember when I wanted to do live on my children's channel, they were saying I had to have a certain amount of subscribers. I think they said I had to have 50. Back then I was like 17 and 18. I mean, one at a time, honey, and every other week or something. And it was like, I was like, I ain't gonna never get to 50. And when I stopped, it was on 34. So clearly I didn't get to 50. But now the channel, my children's channel, and it's linked on this channel right here. If you go to my about page and everything, and you can go to the bottom of it and it'll show you other channels or something, or maybe it's a tab when you click on my little circle. I don't know how y'all gonna do it, but it's a little circle you click on and it'll go to my whole about and what I wrote about my description for this channel. And then it's got tabs for like videos and shorts and, you know, other channels. So maybe it's in the other channels or whatever ever, and it'll say Tanta's Room. That's my channel, and so is Gospel Meditations. Okay, and so Gospel Meditations is only the Word of God, and Tanta's Room is my children's channel. And so you know, my filming was just so, it was just so off. I had a phone back then that was it was was it a Samsung or LG? No, it was a Samsung, but it kept doing auto adjust all the time. And even though I disabled that feature on the phone, it was just on lock right there. It would still do it anyway. So sometimes it would be like bright and you could see real good, and then it would get real dim and dark. And I was like, this is so stupid, and I can't do nothing about it. And I was in the middle of, you know, my channel then. I started weeks before, and I had a long way to go. So it was either stop or keep going. And I was like, I'm going to keep going. And whatever children watch it, and they're going to get what they're going to get is good content, but the filming is horrible. Like right now, this is getting brighter because the sun is waking up over here. You know, the sun keep coming in and going out. And so that's why it's looking like that. It's not the phone auto-adjusting, but it's just, you know, the window or whatever. So that's why I'm moving up here to my room, because the natural light has always been in my room. But you hear that? Do you hear that traffic? Okay? The great bikes and trucks and things. But anyway, this is where I'm going to have to do my room. So back to my other piece. My other piece was that as I was looking on my YouTube, I found out that my channel is eligible for me to do live videos on both channels. On this one, because I have right now on this channel 195 subscribers. So that's well over 50. And on my children's channel, I have 272 subscribers. That channel is growing. I said 5.5 weeks ago I had 44, and that grew 10 from when I stopped, when my last video would have posted in January of 22. So January of 22 to the time I saw it 5.5 weeks ago, it had gained 10 subscribers. I said, oh, I look back on that channel, and I know I said all this before, but I'm going to say it again. I look back on that channel, and that one book, it was a children's book on there that I was reading, and it was Baby Einstein, I think it's called, and it's all about vehicles and modes of transportations for little children, right? Like preschool to kindergarten, something like that. And I mean, I guess kids all the way up to second, third grade could watch it, or something. I don't know, because you got kids in fifth grade don't know what a monorail is, or something like that. I don't really know. But meanwhile, that book was like 1,000, then 1,900. See how the sun moved out, and now it's okay. So it was like 1,900 views on that one book. Then I looked again, it was like 3,000 views. And I was like, oh, well, some kid is watching this one video over and over and over and over and over. That's how I thought about it. I didn't think that it was a whole lot of kids. I was just like, one kid probably watching it and like it, and they always watch it. Like, I don't really know. But then it was this other book that's called The First 100 Animals for Children. And I read that book on my Instagram as like a tryout to see how I was going to do. Like, am I going to read, and how do I sound when I read, like, here, and then somebody else has to listen to it. So I did that book there, and it got probably about, I don't know, 30-something views on Instagram, because the people on Instagram don't follow me either, like my Facebook. I was just like, these people are all clicking and making you their friend, but they don't, say anything. I don't know, y'all. I don't get social media at all. I just don't get it. Because the people who I follow and I like and I comment on their stuff, and that's just what I do. But I had to pull away from Facebook, and my Instagram I still have. But anyway, I began to say, what was I just talking about? Because I got all these trains of thoughts, right? And so, I was looking at that one children's book for them animals, honey. It had 19,000 views. I was like, oh my God. Somebody reading this? I'm reading it, but they watching this every day, all the time, all over the world. I don't really know. 19,000? I was like, oh my God. I can't believe that. I better go down the steps and go into my boxes and get some books out and start reading to the children. And that's exactly what I did. And when I did that, I read that one day, and that book says, shh, bear is sleeping, or something like that. That book still only have maybe like, I don't know, 100 and some views, if it's up to 100. And I was like, well, that's the first one I read, and the views was there, but I still got like maybe 6 subscribers from that one book. And I was like, okay, let me read another book in 2 more days. And I read another book in 2 more days. So every 2 days I was reading a book, honey. And I said I got 186 subscribers from 5.5 weeks on that one channel. I was like, oh, you better keep reading. Oh, you better keep on reading. And so that's where I'm at with that. I get the likes, it ain't a whole lot of them, but they liking it. And they are watching, and they are subscribing. Like every day I get subscribers on that channel. Every single day. And I've only read 11 books. Yesterday let me see. I didn't read yesterday because today I have to read. So the day before I read one book the day before. And I only had, well, I ain't going to say only, but I had 250, was it 56? Yeah, I had 256 subscribers. Right, because when I went to bed that night, I had 54. I woke up, it was 56. And today is 272 from 2 days ago. It was 256 when I read that book, and now it's 272. I was like, okay. And that 19,000 views on that one book, Today is 42,000. I don't know who watching it. I don't know. All I know is they are watching it, okay? And all of the books of the 12 now, because I read one 2 days ago, all of them, and that 12th one is right now, when I saw it this morning, it had like 738 views from 2 days ago. But all of the other books are over 1,000 except for like 3. The very first one, Bad Sleeping, that one's still like under 100 or just at 100 or something. I don't really know what's going on there. And the rest of them is in the hundreds, but that's like 3 of them. All the rest of them is over 11 and 1,200. One of them is almost on 5,000. I was like, oh. So that's the whole reason and purpose behind why I'm like, get ready to do something in my room, because I only have one spare wall in my house right now. One spare wall, and that's in my dining room. And it was my plan to homeschool my grandson. But his mother wanted him to go to school, and so he's in school and he's staying at his mother's, going to school over there in her area, okay? And so should he have to come back to my house and be homeschooled, I need that wall available. So I was using wisdom because I don't want to go back in my basement. So, because my basement is still set up for my Bible channel. So that's where I'm at with that. And I want to keep that available because I intend to go back to doing a Bible video. So that's where I am. So I read some Bible stories on my children's channel. Every Sunday they get a Bible story. Until I finish that whole children's Bible, every Sunday they're going to get a Bible story. And those views, one is almost on 3,000 views of the Bible stories, and I read 3. I just posted the 3rd Bible story because every Sunday I do something Christ-based on this channel, okay? Because it's Sunday, and I went to church, and even if I can go to church, Sundays for me is Jesus in church. That's where we at with that in my life. So I'm going to drop something Jesus up here on Sundays, and so that's where I'm at, and I make sure that I started reading to the children because I used to be a Sunday school teacher at church. I also was the vacation Bible school coordinator for summer programs, and I was director of children's church ministry, and all of that was before COVID, okay? So since COVID, we have now opened all of those ministries back up in our church. We have some going, but we still have a lot of online stuff happening in our church for the youth and for the adults. And so that's how that is. Services are open. They can come to church on Sunday, and they have a ministry where our pastor's wife is meeting with the babies because that's who she is. She ran the mentoring and tutoring program for our church that happened every Wednesday during the school year. Every Wednesday. And, children come to the mentoring tutoring program, and they would bring their books. And if they didn't have any books, then what grade are you in? You sat in that section or go in that Sunday school room, and you're going to get some reinforcement work for your study hour. And then afterward, they would get their dinner. The church would feed them dinner, and they would get a snack of some sort or a dessert, and then they would go home. Their parents would pick them up again, or the church bus would deliver those who the church went out to pick up. And that's how that was at our church. We have beautiful services all week long and everything like that. But I was sharing that to say that not only am I doing a children's channel, it wasn't just because I was doing a children's channel, but it was because I've been doing children since I had my own. I have 2, a daughter and a son, and my daughter's the mom of my grandson. And so I worked in church ministry with the children for 12, I'm going to say from 12. So I'm going to say 9 years. Yeah, for 9 years, I was between Sunday school. My grandson is 11. So it would have been the 10th year when COVID started that I would have been in between Sunday school and director of the Children's Church Ministry. And then I did Vacation Bible School in between for 7 years in a row for 100 children every summer. Yeah, and up to 100 adults. So 2 weeks of children VBS, 1 week of adult. That's how that went. And I came up as, being mentored in it. And then eventually it got passed over to me. And so for 7 consecutive years, I did that. And I taught school to preschool and kindergarten for 8.5 years in 3 different schools, all of them Christian sectors. So private school, 1 in Georgia and 2 in Maryland. So that's how it has been. And that's why I have a children's channel. And this is why I'm about to transform this blue wall. So this is my blue wall in my bedroom like this. And I'm moving that because I didn't want to keep it in a way where, people can read everything that's on my charts, because that's not what I want, okay? And so this is the blue wall, and I'm getting ready to take these 3 posters down, which are my vision boards. I'm going to take those down, and that's what that's going to be. And that's it. So, this one right here, that's okay in case somebody, just want to see something. I'll leave that one right there. But my closet looks like that because I have no door on my closet over there, okay? I took the door off, and I took the bedroom door off, and I took my grandson's door off across the hall because it's just us, and I ain't want no door. So I took it off, and it's down the hall on the wall, okay? And this is the windows. I already showed you that. I got to take all 3 of these curtains down, and I'm going to put these panels up. And one thing that I don't like too much that I have to do is that I have to take down my black. What black? My black trash bags. Okay? I have to take these down. And this keeps my room cool, because all the sun gonna come up in here like this because, the black plastic is going to be gone. Okay? It's gonna be gone. But that's a sunblock. And I know you can buy room darkeners and things. But when you open this up, voila. Okay? But that's how it's getting ready to be looking, because I'm going to be using that natural light coming from this window, and I'm going to bring my ring light up here. But I'm smarter than a 5th grader, or at least smart as one, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll these up like this. And they just trash bags. I'm going to roll them up and pin them with these clothespins, okay? That's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to put some more clear plastic on here. I know somebody want to be like, Dave, well, why you going to do all of that? Why you got all of that? Because it's going to be winter time, dear. And when it gets winter time, it's going to be that it's drafty. Okay? It's drafty. These are not old windows. They slide up and tilt in and all of that. But it's an old house. And so it's drafty. And I just have to come together with this whole thing. And so this be all like this. And then I have that, just a piece of screen. You see it? You see it. You say, well, why you got that like that? Right. What is that? Is duct tape. Yes. And you know why? Because my air conditioner is right there. And the brick is still sitting out there. But praise be to God, I did not have to use that air this year. Because I don't like no air conditioning like that. I want to be cool. But if my fan can do it, that's all I needed to do. And then I got 2 windows open because I like natural air. and I like my windows open in my house. I got the bathroom window open. I got my grandson window open. Two of my windows are open. My kitchen window is open. And sometimes my window in my downstairs bathroom is open. So, that's just how that goes for me in my house. So, this where I'm at with what's going on. And because I have to, make it more, what you call, not, I don't want to say aesthetic, but more visually pleasing to the eye for the children, then I have to come in here and I have to do something. Okay? So I won't be taking this screen off, because when I need to put my air in the window, which I don't have to now, then my big screen is downstairs in the kitchen because it need to be rescreened. But why I'm gonna rescreen it to take it out to put the air in there? That don't make no sense. That's just crazy. So I just cut a piece of screen, take it around here, keep the bees and the flies out, and have the air coming in. That's just how I'm rolling, right? So this is part of my whole, you know what I'm saying? Do y'all understand? Do you get it? I don't know, do you get it? And somebody might be like, Dag, that's a daggone mess. Well, maybe it is for you, but, that's how it is for me. So this is where I'm at. And I got to figure out a home for these boxes, which is overflow of stuff, because I keep buying stuff, or I kept buying stuff. And all of these boxes and things like this. Let me take this thing off this tripod because I can't even